I thought we would just fly the pirate flag a little bit more. The Jolly Roger here on Father's Day. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Vietnam. This is Tim's Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in all New York Giants sports, talk, and entertainment. As you can see, I'm at the stadium parking lot today because we love the green screen. There's something seriously wrong with me. I like having the green screen up again. Oh, we want to talk about mandatory minicamp. Because now it's no longer non-mandatory. If you're a veteran, you have a contract for this team for the next couple days, you need to get your ass to the stadium. Why? Because it's a mandatory minicamp. It's time to get a little bit more preparation. And I'm not talking Hey-oh. I'm talking about getting ready for what we all love, what we all want to see. We want to see, of course, training camp. Because we want to get out of the doldrums. We want to get out of that summer funk that we're already in July, 19th? I don't know what today is. July 15th? June 15th. We want to get out of that doldrums. We want to actually hit someone. We want to lay a helmet. We want to start building towards the future. That's what we want to do. No more looking back. We need to look forward. The 2024 season's over. As you can see, the parking lot here is empty. But we are ready. We are ready to facilitate into a new direction of New York Giant football. Fucking sounded good, right? It sounded like I was convincing. Listen, you're not going to see much else in the mandatory minicamp. You're just going to see all the players. I'm going to get to everyone in the chat. I see Eric. I see Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. I see the Zach Attack. I see Trenton. I see James Stein. And a happy Giants Father's Day to everyone. I see everyone already coming in strong here. We just need to get something rolling here. We need to get something started here. I mean, you have to. I'm tired of seeing how wonderful everything is. I'm tired of seeing at times the Giant propaganda. Oh, I love this. Jay First has got it right. Dude, what the fuck? The whole fan base is brainwashed and over hyper hypnotized by the cringe Russ. I was literally just going to get into that. Oh, great. Oh, no, I have, I see Mike Lee with a comment. I was literally going to get into that. Everything, we're in a hyperbolic chamber right now. Everything you see is controlled by the Giants. Nothing comes out. The media, only gets 1 day of access in OTAs. I'm sure there's going to be 1 day of access for mandatory minicamp. So everything you see is really controlled by the Giants. You see the great plays, you see the wonderful plays. And the problem is this: you hear about Jackson Dart lighting the shit up everywhere. He's dropping bombs. He's throwing, wait for it, darts. But then you get the NFL media that's at training camp. And they don't cover the Giants. They're not Fireside Giants is the most propaganda Giant show of all time. Fireside Giants and Chad Chode Sports. I don't even watch Chode Sports because of the fact that I don't watch any Giant YouTube content creators besides myself and Ryan's Big Blue Podcast because they're all fucking morons. Well, the majority of them are more. I should rephrase it. I like Giant Rush, or I like the Joker so far on Giant Rush. I haven't really met the other guys yet, but maybe there's something happening soon with that. Mm-hmm. But everyone else you're doing it for the likes, the clicks, the bleeps, and the boops. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So there's a lot of great comments already. Mr. Unlimited, there's a lot of great comments already. But then you see the news come out from the non-biased, non-Giant NFL media, and they all say the same thing: that while Jackson Dart truly has his moments in camp, he has some nice throws. He was then like 4 for 9 with 2 interceptions. But we only see the one good pass that he had. But then you listen to the other media, and they all say the same thing, that this is probably going to be a red shirt season for Jackson Dart. That's not good. I'm not making the comparison, but you hear about what Shedeur Sanders is doing. Shedeur Sanders, his last 50 passes or something out of training camp in Cleveland, he was 49 of 50, and one of them was a drop. They're already marveling over how this kid is so accurate, and they're already marveling how hard he works out and how hard he works.
That's what she said.
They are befuddled by it because he has stayed after practice like every day for like another 45 minutes to an hour, just practicing, just going through his motions, going through his throws, going under center, doing everything else. But then we have to hear that our beloved Jackson Dart may have to redshirt his entire season. Redshirt. And I knew he was a project, but Daniel Jones was a project pick, and he at least played. And that's what I'm saying. It's like this. Joe Shane has fallen into the Gettleman trap at times with drafting guys. Dave Gettleman was known for this, about drafting guys with perceived talent. You may not see the talent right now, but their upside for their talent is amazing. In 5 years they could be an all-pro. And we would pass guys that would have what I like to refer to as immediate talent, whose ceiling might not be as high, but could probably start or be a major contributor within the first 2 weeks of the season. And Joe Shane has done the same thing. Joe Shane will draft perceived talent and tell us, well, you know what? In 3-4 years, this pick's going to look really good. And the majority of the time, those picks do look good. Just the problem is, too bad they're not on the Giants. I'm going to get to, I got more to talk about, but I want to say good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mike Lee. Good morning, fellow religious fams. Smash that like button on the way. And Eric, what's up, Eric? Good morning, Tim. Our EC12, I should say. EC12X. Zach says, the Giants are holding back the Giants. That's a good one. Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. What's up, and happy Father's Day. We're going to have a new, I'm going to talk about it briefly, Ryan. Ryan and I are going to be doing a podcast together with some other people as well. We're going to have a lot of guests, but Ryan and I are doing a podcast together. And I believe we're going to record the first episode on Monday. I'm not telling you what the podcast is, and I'm not telling you what the podcast is about, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's fucking epic. And the worst part is, I thought of it a while ago. Then this young gentleman DMs me with the same fucking idea. So I could have drove to his house and kicked the shit out of him and did it on my own, or I could just invite him to be part of it. You know, I'm heading towards that third strike. Where all of a sudden you hit the mandatory minimums. So we can't do that. Trenton says, hello, Tim. James says, good morning, Tim. Happy Father's Day. We're going to have, we have a pirate chest here today, and it's got goodies in it for giant dads and fans. Trenton says, happy Father's Day. All the dads out there. And you too, Trenton, because I believe your first child is coming in October. So, yes, you do count. Jimmy! Trent says, Tim is sending it up the tailgate months in advance like a true pro. You know, I laugh because been a season ticket holder for a while. And I was like, I'm going to cancel my season tickets. Fuck them. Well, I still have my season tickets. And then I love it because I was talking to OGR Sports the other day. And he goes, you know what's funny about you? You're going to bitch, you're going to moan, and you're still going to go to, and you're going to get rid of your season tickets, and you're still going to go to every fucking game. I was like, yeah, because I'm stupid. Dude, what the fuck? The whole fan base, we already got. That's the other thing with Russell. I don't know what Russell Wilson's going to be yet. Russell Wilson's been here for a hiccup. Russell Wilson hasn't been here long enough to even know where his parking space is. And we're already we see these throws in training camp. And we talked about it with the blitz, with the Abdul Carter, Kayvon Taylor, Brian Burns blitz, that one play, which of course it was from behind the quarterback, which means it was from the Giants and they put it out themselves. But it was that one play, how they were singularly destructive. Now, my question was this: is the offensive line, is the defensive line that good, or is the offensive line that bad? And also the fact you're not wearing pads and you can't hit anybody. Good morning, Mr. Jackson. Mr. Tim, happy Father's Day. James Stein says, can't wait for training camp to start the 2025. I want training camp to start as soon as possible. I really do, because I want to get out of this. I'm tired already of OTAs. The mandatory minicamp, I believe, is the last thing on the schedule, really till the start of training camp. So I'm ready. I'm ready to get out of this offseason crap. Let's get this going here. Let's rock and roll. Let's do something. So like I said, we have veteran minicamp, or what I like to refer to as mandatory minicamp, from 17th to the 19th. Let's just go already. I'm done. I want. Tell me what you want, what you really want. I want the fucking season to start. Basketball is over. I got baseball, but that's okay. But I want to get it. I want to see what happens here. That's all I want. I'm tired. Once football ended, even though how bad the Giants were, once football ended and basketball ended, I'm done. I want to start the season, but I also don't want to think that every single play that you see out of these guys is going to be what you see in the season or in training camp, because it's not. You are this is all going to change rapidly. When is the start date for training camp for the Giants? What is the start date? Because they haven't even pushed out the first open practice. The fans will be, looks like July 23rd, first practice, July 24th, a few days. Let's see here. So fans will be on the first practice on July 24th, because they haven't even pumped out tickets yet for training camp. And you know what they has been done either is the town hall. Are we not having a town hall this year? Did we blow all the money last year on the box, which is hidden behind the green screen, for the 100th anniversary, that we're not having a town hall, not having a rookie symposium? We're not doing anything this year. We're not doing anything this year for the fans. Bueller. Mike Lee says, oh, morning Twitter, YouTube videos of fake football plays, trolling eyes. You can be, and someone said it to me on Twitter yesterday. Can't I be excited? You could be excited all you want. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. You could be excited. You could be happy. You could be pumped up. You could be thrilled. You could take a look at that singular play and say that's what the defense is going to be for the entire year. But talk to me in July. Talk to me when we're in August and James and I are in Buffalo, because James and I we are traveling this year, James and I, to Buffalo to watch the Giants preseason opener on August 8th. Yeah, that's kind of fan. I always love people. You're such a bad fan. I'm the only fucking content creator and shithead that goes to all this stuff. I'm the only one that lives 2 hours away, but still ends up in the stadium every weekend. Still travels to Philly. Still goes to Washington. Now I'm fucking going up to shuffle my ass up to Buffalo in August, and you know it's probably going to snow because it's August in Buffalo, but I'm going to be there, and I think we're going to live stream from the parking lot. James, I think he said he's going to wear his white Vic shirt. I'm going to wear my Devin Singletary jersey. Oh, Mr. Unlimited. I hope Russell does well. But people have to remember, you have the 30-year-old Russell Wilson. You don't have the 22-year-old Russell Wilson. So stop showing me highlights of him in Seattle. For the love of God, stop. Like people always tell me, think before you post. Think before you say something. The only problem is in my brain, the part of the brain that says there's the little part of the brain that says think, and he's like Mr. Magoo. And then the big part of my brain says just say whatever the fuck you want, is like the size of He-Man. So the little guy never wins.
That's what she said.
Fireside's Giants is we already got them. I mean, you want to go with stupidest content creators? I don't remember who Fireside Giants is, and I don't know where Zach's in the chat. I hate Fireside Giants, right, Zach? I always love it because I always love it because New York Revival was in the chat on Sunday. Yeah, I think New York Revival. And I called them Giants Revival because I didn't know who they were. And automatically, anyone that watches this show knows I just read half the post and I just kind of fill in the fucking rest of it. I gotta just fill in the rest of the blanks without even reading the whole post because it just takes me too much time. Because that's how your brain works. Hold on, someone's texting me. That's just how it works. I forgot what I forget what it's called. Perceptual. It's like I don't remember what it's called. There's a psychological term for it. I think it's like perceptual something like that, where you automatically you see something but you don't finish the sentence, but you just kind of go with what you know because that's what you think you are because that's what you're doing. So I called them Giants Revival, and I guess one of the people he didn't really get upset about it, but he was like, he knows who we are because he called us Giants Revival. No, you're on a Giants channel. You came in to visit. I saw NY. I just assumed it was Giants. Perpetual filling. My mind filled in the blanks. I don't work out that. It doesn't work out that well. But it turns out they're really nice. They're real nice guys. At least the two guys I talked to are real nice guys. So think something's going to be happening with that too. So you got to stay tuned for that. Yeah, what is Jay Ferris? Yeah, dude, feels like it's Ocean Gate submarine heading to a disaster. No one's not going to say it's that bad. We're not all going to blow up and die. That's not that bad, Jay Ferris. Damn. James says, I want the football already. I want the season to be better than last year because last year was total shit show. You would think by just sheer luck or a fluke, the Giants have to be better this year. Talent helps. Proper coaching helps. But you would think by sheer luck, they have to be better this year than they were last year. We've talked about this before. The football bounces a certain way. And every time the football bounces that certain way, sometimes it bounces for you, sometimes it bounces against you. But it never bounces the same because that's why you hit the like button. Like I did that. That's why it's shaped the way it is. So in the first part of that first season, when we went 7-2, all the bounces went our way. The second half of the season, when we went 2-5-1, it turned out we weren't getting the breaks, and we turned out what kind of team we really were. But the football gods at times will give you some breaks. So the Giants did not get the breaks last year. And we hope that they will perceive this, that the football gods will see this and give us a little bit of more breaks. I think we will, because I think we're going to be better. I said this before. I said this on a short yesterday. If the Giants have any aspirations of making the playoffs, any aspirations whatsoever, first 6 games, you have to go 3-3. You have to. There is no other way. You have to go 3-3, which means you're going to be 1-1 in the division. And then all you have to do, and so you're sitting there, you're looking at us, you go, okay, Tim, what happens? So you go 3-3, then what? Then you look at my hair and go, that's fucking awesome hair. But you go 3-3. So right now you have 11 games left. So if you're 3-3, and if you take a look at who you are playing, you probably only have to win 6 out of the last 11, which means all you would have to do is go 6-5, because you would have already taken some divisional games. So you're probably either the Cowboys or the Washington Redskins. I'm not going to call them the Commanders. The Washington Redskins would probably be falling down in the division. You would be moving up in the division against the Eagles. And if we can get 2 teams out of the NFC East, you would be that second team because you started 3-3. If you start 1-5, 2-4, you're fucked. But if you start 3-3, is it possible? I don't know, because it's way too early. But is it possible to go 3-3? If you were Vegas, you would probably say there's a 25% chance you could do that. But if you can go 3-3, all you have to do is go 6-5 over your last 11. You barely have to be, all you have to do is be 1 game over 500 in those last 11 to make the playoffs. I know people think I'm crazy. I know people think I've been drinking, but it's Well, it's 10:20. I could have been drinking, but you never know. Jay says, well, a start to having a content creator who won't lie to you. Like Big Handsome Tim. No, I'm never going to lie to you. I always laugh because I could probably have 50,000 subscribers. How the hell we got 12? I got no fucking clue. I probably could have millions more views. But I tell you the truth, because you're not children. You're not this is the great thing about my show. My show, if you go from the ages, because they break it down on YouTube, if you go from like the ages of, I think it's like 8 to 16 or 8 to 18, I have almost none. It's a zero. My percentage is a zero. I have what they refer to in the advertising game as the money makers. I have between 32 and 48 is like 60% of my show. And then the other like 30 something percent is 43 to 65. So these are the people with ancillary income that can make, that can do things. That's why we get like Mint Mobile and SNHU and all, and YESO Fitness. That's why we get these people to be partners, because of the fact that they understand that the people that I relate to, not everyone, because we still have some younger guys, these are the people that have that leftover money. So yeah, I could make up videos that'll be like, the Giants are going to go 17-0. I have to put a little PSA saying that there is no logic behind this statement. Yeah, laugh at Gettleman, but he drafted. Yeah, he did draft cornerstone of his tenure of his team. You're right. And we gave Joe Shane all the credit in the world for signing the Gettleman guys. Asmi says, tell him, is Carl Banks on today? Carl Banks is on vacation. He's on vacation for 10 days. No Carl Banks today. No Carl. He's on vacation. He actually he was on Twitter the other day, and he sent me a picture, and I think it's posted on Twitter. He sent me a picture because I told him, what the fuck are you doing? You're not supposed to be on your phone. You're on vacation. So he sent me a picture of him eating a croissant and a cappuccino. Looks like someplace tropical. Motherfucker. Didn't invite me. And I love it because someone's post was, do I see a 3-man booth in the future with Tim, Bob Hop, and Carl Banks? Yeah, that would work. Yeah, that would work out real well. It's going to be Gabber. Jake says, yes, you want to buy a knockoff starter jacket from Carl. I don't have a knockoff starter jacket. I have the original jackets. Over there, I have the black one, I have the blue one, I have the red one, and I have the white one. All from the 90s. Because in my family, my father was a huge Giant fan. Humongous. And I love it because he grew up in a coal mining town in Pennsylvania. He lived in Philadelphia for years. He lived in DC for years. His whole family was Steeler fans, and he was a Giant fan. So my entire childhood, and even up to my adulthood until he passed away just after the Giants the Super Bowl in 2007, every birthday, every holiday, every occasion, I got something Giant related. So in the 90s, it was great because the 90s has a lot of cool stuff. So I got all this cool stuff from the 90s from my father that my father gave me. And I'm kind of like a pack rat. I save everything. I mean, hell, I got giant ping pong balls over there. I save everything, especially when people give me stuff. I save everything. I have everything. So and people are always amazed when they come to my house. They're like, you really do have everything from the Giants. Yeah, I said, yeah. Because if you go into my man cave, the whole wall is littered with memorabilia. One day, and a Bigfoot and a skeleton dressed as a death trooper or a clone trooper. Yeah, so behind the bar, because that's just what you need. So everything I have is Giants. And that was the great part about the 90s. I mean, I would get all these jackets and stuff. Let's see. It's going to be, like I said, there's going to be a brand new podcast. Make sure you stand by. We'll talk about that. Ryan, plant some seeds. Good marketer. Ryan goes out there and gets guests. And I love it. I said, how did you do it? He's like, well, I emailed him. I was like, well, that's just too much fucking work. Mike Lee says, potential means nothing if it's not realized. Too many times our picks never realizes their potential. Our coaches can't convert potential to realized talent. You have to, I mean, I have to think this is it for Brian Daboll. I have to think this is it. And I'm worried that the Giants are going to start 1-7 and we're going to hack Daboll. I'm not really worried about it because I think if you were a betting person, I think that if you were to bet whom would play out their entire contract, all 5 years, Dable or Shane, I would take Shane every day because the Giants don't immediately fire general managers unless your name is Jerry Reese and you only won 2 Super Bowls. But we don't immediately fire general managers, and that's kind of the thing that we do with the Giants. We don't. So what we do is we've said this before. First thing you do is you fire a positional coach, then you fire a coordinator, then you fire the head coach, then you get rid of the general manager. That's what we do. It's just what we do. But you're right. We have to start realizing talent. I appreciate it, Jay Ferris. Great content coming up with Tim. Still, we'll be posting a lot of Ryan's Big Blue podcast, of course. Don't worry, Ryan. You could be kicked off the new pod. Don't worry. I'm just joking. Let's see. Trent says, let's get into the meat and the potatoes of the football season, boys. Yes, please. But we got all the way to July. Almost the end of July. So that means I got to go through another 2 weeks in August and like another 4 weeks in July. By online Big Blue math, that's 18 and a half weeks. James Stein says, let's say Dart starts a couple games just to get some experience. That will be the need for his development as a young starting quarterback moving forward to our future franchise quarterback. Eli Manning got reps early on in the 2004 season. People forget. I think it was Jeremiah Trotter. Trent, was it Jeremiah Trotter? Almost ended Eli Manning's life, I think, in his second series in the NFL. Because Eli took off and did not see Jeremiah Trotter. And Jeremiah Trotter laid him the fuck out. And I thought to myself, I said, oh, dear Lord, he's played like 6 snaps, and we've just killed our franchise quarterback. Trent says, the Mets have to have shit down their legs in the last 2 nights. I'm really ready for some football to be here. The Mets really have. Well, we're only looking at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Phillies have been worse. Zacatech says, the quarterback play was bad. One-legged Russell Wilson looks like an MVP. That's a good point. The quarterback play has been so atrocious that for the last 5.5 years, some will say 6 or 7 years with the last years of Eli Manning, but Eli Manning, we've talked about this before, especially that Pat Shurmur year. Eli Manning gave the Giants the lead 5 times that year in the fourth quarter with under 2 minutes left, and the Giants lost 4 of those games. Now, be it that one was on the Graham Gano record-setting field goal, but we went 1-4 in those 5 games with under 2 minutes left with the lead. So, to the point of Zach, anything looks better. Is it actually better? No. Look, you can look at it uncrustable, but still a regular peanut butter jelly sandwich is a hell of a lot better. Like I'm in the parking lot. Don't litter. Hey-oh. Let's see here. Jay says, I've subscribed and I've been telling people about you, Ryan. No more Moresh. Is that how you say his name? Moresh. I get it. You're building your profile. He's scum. Ryan, if I can make a suggestion, and I was going to make this suggestion to Ryan's Big Blue podcast off the air, but I'm going to make a suggestion for Ryan. Don't do so many guests in the beginning, because the majority of Giant fans don't care about guests. And I see these podcasts and I see these live streams and I see these things like that. And we have great replay value on our live streams, which I never understood why. And one day I'll figure it out. Which means we still may only have a couple hundred people watching. We got 75 watching right now, but we have much more when the season gets going. So but we have great replay value. And we don't have any guests. Build your own brand. Build yourself. Don't rely on bringing on guests. Because if you look at these other channels that, have been around a little bit longer and have a little bit, more of a leg up on you, they have these guests, but they get like 150 views, on a live stream. They'll get like, 200 views. Build your own brand. I'm helping anyone here. And Trent, you want to be an Eagles podcaster? Lord fucking knows why. Build your own brand. Build your own identity. Then start bringing on guests. Listen, it took me 4 years to get a guest on. Not really. I just turned down people. Be your own self. Be your brand. Be your brand. Not confirmed yet. Trenton said, Giant fans are seeing Russell complete passes against air and are creaming in the shorts. Yeah, some of us don't have Jalen Hurts. Some of us don't have Jaden Daniels. Some of us don't have Dak Prescott. So we hope we have our own quarterback. I'm just concerned that once the season starts, and like they always use that war analogy, once the bullets start flying, it's going to look different. Because Russell Wilson is not 24-year-old Russell Wilson. He's not 28-year-old Russell Wilson. He's not, he's not 2022 Russell Wilson. You know, we're getting 2-6 Pittsburgh Russell Wilson. That's what we're getting. And then you have Jameis Winston behind him. And Jameis Winston, like I said, Jameis Winston has immense talent, all the talent in the world. I've said it before. If you go back to Crash Davis and Bull Durham, he's got $1 million arm, but a 2-cent head. And that's what Jameis Winston is. Jameis Winston is going to give you moments of gratification, and then he's going to give her other moments where you want to go jump off the upper deck. So, but realism at times does not sell content. So we got to do it the other way. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to be the gung ho podcaster now. Yeah, man, we're going 18-0. I know we're only playing 17 games, but we're going to steal a game from the old USFL. We're going to bring it into the vault. We're going to play 18-0. And then we're going to win the Super Bowl. Russ telling everyone what they want. Of course he's going to tell everyone what wants to hear. Giant, what do we got here? Giants Trenton says, wait, Giants have a town hall event? Is it like a PTA meeting where everyone gets the bitch? No. Trenton, do not go to a town hall meeting and ask a question that people don't want to hear. I'm not saying this from experience when I got booed on Broadway by asking Daniel Jones a question that he couldn't even handle and started holding his stomach and rocking back and forth, which I told people the day after I asked that question, oh my God, we are fucked. And don't tell them immediately who you are. Because I am probably the only Giant fan who ever got booed at a town hall. Which I'm surprised that I could come back. Well, I got to find that video. I got to find the Daniel Jones video. I do have to find it. I don't know where it went. I asked Daniel Jones a simple question. I just asked him, and so here we go. Here's when we were at the town hall. So I mean this was Dable and Shane's first year. So I mean it was. But I asked Daniel Jones a simple question. It wasn't even a difficult question. It was a very simple. It was a layup of a question, and I got booed. I've said this before. I am the only Giant content creator ever to get booed on Broadway. Just throwing that out there. Brian's podcast. Appreciate the support and helping me grow my channel. Jay Ferris will definitely keep that in mind when planning guests. Telling you, man, just stay away from the guests from the wild. Build your own self. Don't worry about guests. Don't worry about that. Let's see. Ask me what's up. Let's see. Your mildest winter I ever experienced was the August in Buffalo. Or was it Hemingway with the coldest winter he ever spent was August in San Francisco. But I do like that one. Ask me too. Let's see here. Jay, make it. You have some wings and some. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go up to. I'm ready to go up to Buffalo. Let's see. Ryan, just hang out with Timmy. He looks like a son. He is the great content creator. People love him and will gravitate towards you. Just be honest and don't buy into the hype. There you go. You know, I think it's funny that Ryan got the most subscribers when I was on compared to any of his other guests. I'm just going to throw that the fuck out there. Why? Because we're loyal. Trent says, I was thinking there's a chance the Giants could get 9 wins this year, but when I saw them post those padless preps, I was like, yep, 3 wins again. Telling you guys. And you know me, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. 3-3. Let's say it over and over again. Those first 6 games, you go 3-3. You could potentially depending on how it falls out, be undefeated in the division. And you only have to go 6-5 over the last 11. You have to go 1 game over 500. But it all starts with the first 6 games of the season. I said this before. I hate the fact when you say that week 1 and 2 are one of those games is a must-win game. And it really isn't. One of them is a must-win game. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I think there's a chance in hell it's going to happen? Well, there's always a chance. 7 wins this year would be a monumental accomplishment for this team, says Joseph James, especially given the schedule. That's what I'm saying. You go. Just think about it. You go 3-3. All you have to do is go 6-5. That's it. That's all you have to do. I laugh. It's now that we have the green screen back up, it's been a while. I think some people are going to know where we're going to have to go since we now have the green screen back up. Oh, yeah. This is for Dominic Palmer here on Father's Day. Welcome to Poppycockers, the only place on the West End where you go out and get your poppycock. Oh, it's going to be 2-for-1 troll night here at the Poppycockers. So make sure you tune in because there's no better place to go than Poppycockers. Oh, I miss going to Poppycockers. It's been a while. Let's see here. 5 gifts. Oh, I'm assuming that's got to be the Big Don. Big Don dropping in 5 gifts on Father's Day for the online Big Blue memberships. You get all the shorts early. You get your videos early. You get just to get one of them things, icon doohickeys that I think I only put 3 on because I don't remember how to put the rest on because that seems like a lot of effort and a lot of work. That's why I got Ryan. But thank you, Big Don, as always, and thank you. Don and I are waiting for NCAA football 2026 to come out. He's been texting me stuff back and forth because we're kind of waiting for this. Let's see. A Fireside Giants is that white kid whose dad has his platform and acts like he wins a Super Bowl every year. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Zach. Yes, Fireside tennis players. Okay. Zach knows. That's what I love about Zach. I have to ask Zach. This is really bad. I have to ask Zach all the time. Do I hate these people? Literally, I DM. And I said, Zach, do I hate these people? And he will tell me, no, you like them, or no, you don't care. Giants Revival. Oh, fuck. New York Revival, Zach. Do I hate them? That's why I love Zach. Don't even watch Fireside Giants. The only content creators I stay into a lot is the Giants Nation show. Online Big Blue, of course, and Big Dash knows. I don't know who the Giants Nation show is. Now, James said the Revival guys are super cool, but their show is too much noise and hype. Too many guests at once. Okay, then I don't like them anymore. I'm very flexible. That's why friends love me. All you got to do is tell me I hate that guy. You got to promise them. You just say, I hate that guy. I'll be like, yeah, I fucking hate him too. I fucking hate him too. Hey, what's up, Robert? Happy Father's Day to all the Giants dads out there. Yep, I love it. Happy Father's Day. Eric says, I watched this show. I quit hopium years ago. Come on, we're going to give you a little hopium. And don't worry, guys. We got it right here, mateys. We're going to have this one all season. We call this, some people call this the turnover chest. I call it crying my tears in a box chest. And we're going to give away today. Ooh. Ah. And maybe this, if you want this silicone packet too, it comes with the chest. So this is my tears of a giant fan chest. Our mateys. Oh. And I just fucking dropped it. Let's see. Hit that like button, please. Yeah, hit the like button, please. That'd be nice. Trent says, I watched the show, a few Eagles podcasts, some football content, but this is far the best channel. Trenton drinks a lot. Trenton also says, this chat is also entertaining as a show itself. With great job engaging with the audience. I love just talking to everybody. That's why I'll never ask you for a super chat. And when you do give a super chat or gift some memberships like Don does, I donate it all to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Tim, when you were hanging out with your buddies you grew up with, do they hate them because of the head of hair? At that age, yeah. When you're in your mid-50s and you got hair like this, dude, yeah, they hate you. Don't hate me because you ain't me. Robert says, thank you, Tim, for keeping it real and making sure we are not blinded by the false hope and ignorant optimism. Listen, false hope and ignorant optimism has its place in football. I played on some horrid teams in college. Horrid. I mean, so you always had to have hope. But the problem is your hope always fades when first place, on the first snap sometimes. So hopium's not a bad thing. And I love that Zagatek is the one that kept telling me about hopium. Hopium's not a bad thing if you keep hopium in perspective. And I hope that the Giants, like I said, if you go, I'm gonna keep saying this, and I want to get this out in the ether. You go 3-3, and those first 6, all you have to do is go 6-5, because that means you took divisional games, which means you're going to be ahead of either the you may be ahead of both the Cowboys and the Commanders, also known as the Redskins. So you'll have a shot. You go 1 and whatever, then you're fucked. But you go 3-3, there's a chance. And I'm trying to find there's a chance button, but because it would have made smart sense to some reason we put in all these. This town
needs an enema.
What is this? Oh yeah. There you go.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy.
I'm gonna do a show just of sound effects.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I'm a karate man, right? Karate man rules on the inside.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
You rock with Bad Dog. I would like to see y'all talk sports. He responds to you on X, said people follow you. You said John Cena does. Oh, yeah. You rock. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Bad Dog. John Cena does follow me on Twitter, which I think is fucking hilarious, because I don't know anything about wrestling. I really don't. I like Bad Dog. Bad Dog and I haven't done a show in years, and I don't know if there's any animosity on his part, because I never really said anything bad about him. And if I did, I probably meant it. But no, I don't know. I like Bad Dog. And every time we go on this show, I always love it, because he's always like, "Okay, we're gonna do this for like an hour." And then like 3 hours later, it's Charlie Brown kicking the football. We got screwed every time. Just hype, make them prove it. Yeah, make you prove it. Just like with the numbers, prove it, guys. Russell Wilson, I believe, is good for at least 7 to 10 wins if he stays healthy. Everyone plays up to the highest level, but time will tell. What's the highest level, though? Are you talking Abdul Carter comes in and gets 11, 12 sacks? Are you saying that Kayvon Thibodeau and what about Brian Burns finds consistency and actually shows up, that Paulson Adebo leg heals and is the guy that he was in New Orleans, that Holland's down season in Miami was just an aberration, that Banks finds something else, that Drew Phillips doesn't give up an 80% completion percentage, that Tyler Nubin is more than just an adequate safety, which I think he is. And I think a lot of problems that Banks had was because of the play of Tyler Nubin and Pinnock. There's a lot of ifs, but like I said, 3-3. Think about this, guys. Look at the schedule. I'll wait. Oh, that's a nice little piece of memorabilia. I'm going to wait while you guys look at the schedule. There we go. The New York Giants Super Bowl 86 Super Bowl patch. I tell you, I literally got shit all over the place. But just think about it, guys. Just think about it. Let's see here. I'm taking a prop bet. Okay, that what? That Russ isn't on the roster by game 17. That's how I feel about him in the echo chamber at this point. Russ Wilson will be, unless there's an injury involved, Russell Wilson will be here. We are in trouble if, you know what it is?
Who? Did you order the code red?
I did the job.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did.
If we order the code red, which is also known as Jackson Dart, the season's lost. So you have to make sure that Russell Wilson stands upright. And if you look at the Giant offensive line, Russell could be running for his life. When I'm not talking about that wonderful 90s rap song from Public Enemy. I'm not talking about that. I'm the outlier at 24 here. You are. You hit that sweet spot. Danny says the worst organization ever now is going to win 10 games. I could see it. I don't see it. I see. Okay. I'm predicting 5 wins, but I am predicting 9 if we go 3-3 in the first 6. James, my brother, hit that like button. Happy Father's Day. Yo, James is in the house. You know it's a party now because James is here. Fun fact, Russell's salary has escalators written in it if he goes undefeated. Really? Is that it? He just has to go undefeated? Is there any accelerators in Russell Wilson's contract for walking on water? Because I think that might be easier. What's up? Happy Father's Day to all my brothers. Mike Lee says, you mean you don't force your sons to subscribe? Yes, they better subscribe. What's Willie Power? It's only 5 seconds. What's Willie Power?
Willie's really got some power. Off a guy who'll be bagging groceries in a couple weeks.
Oh, yes, that's a famous line. Let's see here. Tim, Papa, let's see here. What does this say? Papa Carl Hanks and Vives. Tim will lead me off in handcuffs by the end of the first quarter. How about the end of the first 6 minutes of the first game? First of all, they would know that was someone joking because they know that Bob Papa doesn't like me for some reason and he doesn't even know who I am. He thinks I'm someone different, but he doesn't like me. So that guy was just joking, and I probably wouldn't even make it the first 2 minutes in. Trenton says, having lunch with my Giants fan dad and Giant fans brother after church today. I'm gonna make them subscribe. They haven't subscribed already. Trenton, do your fucking job. Trenton, it has to be a good fit. The chat here doesn't get invited to the parties. We are the outlier crowd here. That we don't get invited to the parties. But when you come in here and you come in strong, you gotta
Time to nut up or shut up.
That's what you got to do here. You got to nut up or shut up when you come to this chat. So you got to come and cry, and that's what I love, because I love it when people like Giant Rush, like the Joker. I like the Joker now, and I think he had a misconception or misperception of what we were. Because everyone that ever comes on this show, anyone that starts watching the shows always says the same thing. Wow, you're really nice. You have great hair. And probably some other things. Okay, let's go to the next. No, but anyone that comes on the show always says it's you guys are so nice, and all the people that are in here are knowledgeable. Yeah, what did you think? We're a bunch of fucking morons? We may be a cult, but once you're into the cult, this is like the mob. There's not an easy way out of this place. Just remember that. Once you're in, you're in. Hot take, Saquon will run for his second. Oh my God. Why did you have to say that, EC to 12? Saquon, hot take, Saquon run for 2,000 yards again. Show will make Tim cry, have a breakdown. No, I'm happy for Saquon. I own a Saquon Barkley Eagles jersey. I wear it. I'm debating whether I want to wear my. Of course, you're an Eagles fan and content creator. I know you're just joking on. I'm gonna go on someone's show. I think on Monday. So I'm debating whether I want to wear my Saquon Barkley Eagle jersey, or if I want to wear, I don't know what, or something else. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Then people are like, well, you don't want to do that because then you're going to be a pariah again and no one's going to subscribe to your channel. I don't care if people subscribe. But what should I wear the Eagle jersey? I think I might wear the Saquon Barkley Eagle jersey. I own 2 Eagle jerseys. Which is kind of scary. Oh my God. But there's nothing wrong with that. I own a lot of jerseys. I own a lot of different teams. I own a lot of jerseys. So, I mean, or do I wear my Cooper DeJean jersey? I got a Cooper DeJean jersey too. What's up, James? What's up, Trent? Says the Brian Big Pond. Big Ryan in his house. Eric said, we got to go back to EC1 again. Me and you, Online Big Blue Entertainment, we have to do the collab during the week 6. Well, the problem is you always invite me to these collabs, but you invite me late. You have to give me EC12X. You got to give me like a 4-day notice. Because I do a lot of shit. And that's why people are like, why do you do your streams at these weird times? Because I got a lot of other stuff to do. And sometimes 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, I'm open.
That's what she said.
Jay Ferris says, what do you think of the new Shame deal with Nick McLeod's? Oh, Nick McLeod's agent, the whole Nick McLeod thing and Joe Shame and him making demands and basically saying he's going to cut him anyway. It kind of showed the pettiness of Joe Shane and his lack of empathy for players. If you ever seen the movie Moneyball, they talk about, part of the job is relating to the players, and you don't want to get too personal with them because some of these guys you're going to have to let go. And I think Joe Shane takes everything personal, if you want my opinion. Let's see here. James says, listen here, Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl and barely lost one. So I believe it is possible to stop being so negative. If you think I'm nuts, look in the mirror, dude. How long ago did Russell Wilson win that Super Bowl? Just asking. I am asking for a friend, James Stein. What year did Russell Wilson win the Super Bowl? I'm waiting. What year was it? What year did he almost win a Super Bowl? And almost, it only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So I believe he won the Super Bowl, in 2013? So it's going to be 11 years ago? 1985. That's Chicago Bears. So it's 11 years ago? When's the last time the Giants won a Super Bowl? 13 years ago? A guy at any age, your skills regress. The things that you could do when you were 28, you can't do now at 36. Because of the fact that your body just does not allow it. So you now may need an extra second or two from the line to help you be the player that you were 5 years ago. We're talking about Russell Wilson going back and winning a Super Bowl years ago. Joe Namath won a Super Bowl, 68, 69? Does that mean he could come in now and win a Super Bowl? No, come on, you know better. Oh, Big Don for the super chat for the Philadelphia Children's Hospital says, hope they fix the recruiting pool in college football 26. So many Caucasian corners and black kickers and punters, lol. That is pretty funny. That is pretty funny, Don. Don, I meant to text you about that last night. I got caught up doing a bunch of stuff last night, working on this new podcast with Ryan, Big Blue Podcast, which looks like it's also going to be on the Believe Network as well. So make sure you stay tuned. I got to tell you, we're going to do the first pod. I believe I said Monday at 4, Ryan. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I said Monday at 4. Haven't built it. The intro hasn't built yet. The cover hasn't been the cover is being built as we speak. The Twitter is already set up. They're setting up the Instagram. They've already written up the write-ups. So it's gonna be awesome. Or it's gonna be really terrible. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. It's going to be awesome or terrible. Let's see. James Ferris connects with the audience. Don't be a variety show. Tim is right. Make your, that's what you got to say. Hey, what's up, Jay Sport? We're going to get back. I want to say, hey, Jay Sports Cards. What's up, Jay? What's up, Big Jay Sports Cards? Everyone hit the video, hit the like on the video. But yeah, that's to all the wannabe content creators out there. I'm going to give a content creator class. Be yourself. Don't be what you're not. If you're a homer, be a homer and tell everyone you're a homer. If you're a realist, be a realist and tell everyone you're a realist. Good point, connect with your audience and you'll be just fine. Hit that like button, says James. Let's see. Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. You're doing a great job, brother. Get the audience comfortable with that first, then worry about the guest. Thank you. See, I'm so smart. Jay Ferris says, I was thinking 4-4 might be bullish. If it's a pipe dream, even 1-2, I might get excited. I'm telling you, 3-3. Look at the first 6 games. Look at the way they are broken down between divisional games and non-divisional games, that if you go 3-3, you may potentially be undefeated in the division. So if you look at it from that perspective, if you go 1 game over 500 your last 11, so that means you just got to go 6-5. You could finish with 9 wins, which I think could take you to a wild card. Is it going to happen? I doubt it. Could it happen? Sure. Sure, why not? Is it gonna be, I don't know. Where's Dirty Dom? Don is in the chat. Dirty Dom is over in the UK. So it's 5 hours ahead. So whatever time is, so that means it's almost 11. So 5 plus 11, carry the 1. That means it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's see here. Timmy, Jay Ferris, give me one song with the 70s and 80s each that I need to hear. 80s, Right on Track by the Breakfast Club. 70s, I grew up, I was a youngster, and I was a youngster in the 70s. I don't know. I was Beauty Queen, ABBA. I wasn't, I didn't really get into music till like the late 70s, early 80s. But Right on Track by Breakfast Club. That to me is sums up the 80s. Let's see here. Trenton writes his tennis player. Good morning, Tim. Happy Father's Day. Go Big Blue. James Joseph thinks firing Tibbs without a better choice, coach in the wings looks terrible. It's gonna be a mistake. Yeah. I wish I could tell you it wasn't. I told James, if Tibbs did not get to the playoffs, I texted him that before even the series with Indiana, he's going to get fired. And I still thought it was a mistake. But what really is a mistake is the fact that you didn't have a better option. And your thought process was, we are going to contact other teams about their current coaches and see if we can interview them. It makes you fearful that you're going back to the Isaiah Thomas next. RBMTs. Jay says, Redskins, you've offended me. Redskins. Hail to the Redskins. John Cena follows everyone. No, John Cena does not follow everyone. That's the thing. Nice guy, though. He actually, and the only reason I brought up John Cena is he actually sent me a couple DMs. I forgot what we were talking about. Something about wrestling. So, let's see. John Cena lives physically. I did not know that. Asmi says, I stopped watching Chris and the Bad Dog and Chris because all the Super Bowl super chat nonsense. Let's see. So let's see. Everyone's calling me. A lot of super chat nonsense. A bunch of teenagers using their daddy's credit cards to hype Daniel Jones. About sums it up. Win versus Washington. Look at this. He's already looking at. See, Brian, this is what you're doing. Super chats are fun if you're a troll like me, because they have to read them. Really, Jay? That's what we have to do. I'm not reading any more of your fucking chats. Look, here's one from Jay. Now I'm going right to one. Tim, do you think the Giants are waiting to see what they're going to get out of Andrew Thomas before putting Dart in? They got to get something out of Andrew Thomas immediately, because you're going to have to keep Russell Wilson upright. And Jameis Winston is not what we refer to as a mobile quarterback. People talk about the Giants' defensive line, but you're not focusing. You got to focus a hell of a lot more on the fucking offensive line. Because you have, and I've said this before, you are an injury and a bad interception away from playing Jackson Dart like week 5. And then anything that you have done is going to go fucking downhill. Even when you watch the Jackson Dart highlights, not all of them, some of them, I would say the majority of them, you watch his highlights, the ones that the Giants are perceived as highlights, even though he had a 4 for 9 day with 2 interceptions. From a technical football standpoint, some of his, and we pointed this out, some of his throws are not good technically. from a football perspective, from a technical football perspective, they're not good throws. He had the one throw that everyone loved where they're like, oh, look at him dropping that dart. Well, the wide receiver had to slow up, turn around, almost pirouette to catch a ball behind him that would probably be either an interception or an incompletion during the game. Instead of throwing it to the inside shoulder 2 yards ahead, it's a touchdown. But I have to hear how great that throw is, but we're not talking about the catch because the catch was made by an undrafted rookie free agent. What does Juan say? I'm excited to see this year, not expecting the playoffs, but at least a near 500 at best if everything goes well. Your defense, if you look at the defense, we have a cut and paste defense. We have a lot of parts, but do they go together? I got a 45 Indian Scout, but it doesn't mean that I could take parts of my 2024 Harley Davidson Nightster and put it in the Scout because they don't fit. The parts don't fit. So the question is going to be on this defense: can they make all this collection of parts fit? You have 3 undersized defensive linemen. You have no linebackers outside of Bobby Okereke. McFadden's a nice player, but he's not a linebacker. You have questions at every corner position, even with your big signings in Adebo and Holland. And you have questions with Banks. You have questions of what's going to happen with Newman and Phillips. You have these questions. You're going to have to answer these questions during the seasons. Can all this talent come together? Like I said, I am the Philadelphia Eagles. I see Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter in the lineup. My thought process immediately is going to be they're going to rush. Now, if you're smart, if you're Shane Bowen, you're going to drop one of these guys into coverage, but there is a liability in doing that. Brian Burns only played 26 snaps last year off the defensive line. That's all he played, 26 snaps off the defensive line. So you're not dropping him into coverage. You're not dropping Kayvon Thibodeau into coverage. Abdul Carter, second season as an all-along linebacker at Penn State. We've talked about it, 25.7%. That was his missed tackle percentage. He's not the answer we've had Penn State fans tell us he's not the answer at linebacker. He better just rush the passer. So if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I see these 3 guys in, I'm going to use their over-aggressiveness and either delayed handoff or I'm swinging out a short pass to the sideline. Or I'm waiting till they rush forward and I'm rushing through. I'm moving up the middle. It's going to be interesting. Jay says, Tim and the Joker was like yin and yang, just perfect chemistry. Yeah, the Joker, I like the Joker. I didn't think I was going to like him because I don't like anybody. But I didn't think I was going to like him. But I like the Joker. I thought he was. That's why I'm curious to see if I like these guys on Monday. Potentially, I'm on their show Monday. I don't know if I was supposed to say anything yet, but because they have, I don't know if it's confirmed, but potentially I'm on the show Monday. Strap in. Strap the fuck in, Giant Rush, if I'm on. Because like they said in Tombstone, you tell them I'm coming and hell's coming with me. Kareem, my brother, what's up? Happy Father's Day, Tim. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the chat. How you doing, my friend? You okay? How's work? How's your buddy? I cannot remember his name for the life of me that came out to the live event. How is he? He cracked me up, man. Between the hat and the ring and everything else, man. He was rocking the giant hat. Mike Lee says, your Craig Morton jersey low. Yeah, I know you can't fit in it. I might wear the Craig Morton jersey. I was anyone that does not know, I've been following the Giants since 76, and I was at the first game in the Meadowlands, and that was a loss by Craig Morton to the Dallas Cowboys, and it just went downhill all season. So my grandmother and her infinite wisdom that winter, that Christmas, she bought me, and back in the day, they didn't have the names on the back of the jerseys. They just said like Giants and 15, you know. So she bought me a 15 Craig Morton jersey, and I cried because I hated Craig Morton. And I've had that jersey since 76. I've never worn it. I might have to figure out how to wear it. I got a Ramses Barton jersey mint. I still have a I have a lot of weird jerseys that from Giants jersey from players that never that I still have an O'Shane Zimenez jersey. I have the 53 white O'Shane Zimenez jersey. Weird time because Tim has his life and responsibility. I know. I gotta stop having that shit. Let's see here. James Ferris. Shit, Timmy, you were 39 when Russ won the Super Bowl. I was young. I was a youngster when Russ won the Super Bowl. My one kid was 4. So I had kids late. So I had children late because, as my wife said, I had too much fun. So before we got married and before we had kids, I had too much fun. Mike, what's up, Big Mike? Happy Father's Day, my friend. No, it was not 1985 that the last time they won the Super Bowl. New York legend Big Don Jane says, I am not responding to you, Tim. I was responding to someone in the chat who called me nuts. Oh, I'm sorry, James. It was a good pontification though, James. Mark Stewart. I see Mark. Big salute to Mark Stewart as well. I'm sorry. James, you know it's but love. Jay Ferris says, I had a black punter who could do 440 back in the day. Yeah. Yes. 4 p.m. Yes. Ryan's Big Blue Podcast and myself. For those that do not know, for the 100-something people that are now hanging out, make sure you hit the like button as well. Are going to be doing a podcast together. A podcast like no other podcast that there's ever been. So I want everyone to make sure they stay tuned for that. I forgot. Jay Sarah forgot his name. Rodney. Rodney had a last. Oh my God. Yeah. Rodney. Oh my God. Yes. His name. I cannot remember his name either, but you're right. Playoffs. Ryan's new pod with Tim will be the new Mike and the Mad Dog. Now Nostalgia 90s. Happy birthday. See, this is what you call filling in what you think you say. Happy Father's Day. Me and Mrs. James for the 70s. James Ferris says Nick's firing Tibbs without a replacement sounds like a Russell Wilson 3 teams, but they were bullish. Ask Me says one person with 90% of the comments is a bit much. That's all right. Zeppelin in the 90s. That's always good. Salute to the big chat from Mark Stewart. Big Mike. What do we got Big Mike saying here? If the Giants are 500 by December, I will go to the game with my shirt off and my chest sprayed painted. What are you going to spray paint it with, though? Where's James? Because we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a New York Giants giveaway. I need James for this, though. Where's James? James, I need you. I need you, James. Here you go. James, I put the link in the chat. We're going to hold on. I'm not putting on the pirate hat because it's going to ruin my hair. Our mateys, we have the booty chest. We'll be giving away some prizes here today from the booty chest. What does Jay say? Tim and the Giants revival is going to be awkward. They are positive. They told me they didn't like my vibe last week. That's why I have to go on. That's why I have to go. I have to be me. I've got to be me. Cream says busy and Joey is good. Joey, thank you. You know what's funny? One of my good friends is named Joey. And I told my wife, I said, I can't remember the guy's name. And I kept saying, I can't remember the guy's name because I have problems with people's names. I'm better when I see the person because then it usually snaps. But I told her, I said, he is one of my, I got a really good friend. His name is Joey. And I laughed though, because I said, I think he's James. His name is James. And she goes, no, I don't think it's James. I said, no. I said, no, it's a good friend of mine. I think it's James. So evidently it was Joey. Emmanuel, where have you been? Happy Father's Day, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, I haven't seen you in a while either. Where have you been? Don't ruin the hair. Slap that like. James is going to say, Jay, all right, everyone prepared. Hit the like button. Get prepared, everyone, because we are going into the booty chest right now. We are going into, we have the booty chest. You are going to have a choice of prizes out of the booty chest. You're going to have a choice of prizes. Ooh, or should I go get the prize box? Okay. Don't anyone go anywhere. Everyone just stay there a minute. I got a prize box. This is just like whatever his name is. This is just like Shane Bowen. I got a prize box. Hold on. I'm going to put up the pirate flag for a second. Only take me for a second, so just hold on. All right. Anyone see me again? The whole shit just fell apart. We had a lightning strike. Does anyone still see me? We lost everyone. 2 minutes. I think we're finally back. Hold on, I gotta see if I'm back online. Hold on, let me wave my hand. We literally had a lightning strike here in PA. Oh, is that Rob? I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna add Rob. Rob. Can we yeah, here we go. Rob, we're no audio.
Yes, I have audio.
And I'm gonna add Ryan. We literally had a lightning strike. As I got up to do something, the whole house just went dark, and we have one of those Generacs, which is the whatever it's called, the propane generator. And the whole house just went dark, and of course, when the lightning hits and everything's hooked up, we literally lost everything. But we also have Ryan from Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. We have the R0B also coming. We haven't seen Rob in a long time. I think we lost the Twitter feed though. So I think for people that were on Twitter, hopefully you slide back over though. But what's up, Rob?
What's up, sir?
I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, I've been trying to lay low. I've caused a lot of trouble, over my time here. And
what trouble have you caused now?
Just
what have I missed?
It's a long list. It's 3 years worth.
Oh, it's three. It's 3 years.
Yeah, it's something that just compiled, on, and so And right now, I just don't feel like there's anything to be really negative about. You know, you could be optimistic or just kind of be somewhat positive.
There we go. We got our 96 people back. We're back at 100. Okay, there we go. We got everyone back. I'm sorry, but I'm waiting for Rob. I got Rob, and I got Rob. Do you know Ryan from Ryan's Big Blue Podcast?
I think I've seen him on your pod before.
He was on.
What's up?
He was on once. He basically ruined all my subscribers. You know, because now I got to hang out with that.
Well, damn it, Ryan.
Yeah.
Now I got to hang out with that kid. But we have a giveaway. I'm waiting for James, and we're going to do a giveaway, Rob. We are going to do a Father's Day giveaway, and you're a father.
Thank you.
And
well,
Ryan,
happy Father's Day, by the way.
I was going to say happy Father's Day to you, Ryan.
I'm not.
You have a father, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, do you have a pet, Ryan? Do you have a pet?
Yeah.
You are
yeah.
Then you're happy Father's Day to a fur baby.
Then you are father. So we have. Okay, you can either, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we have to think about this. You can have something out of the booty chest, or I went and found the prize box. So what should we give it away from, guys, from this giant perspective? Should we give it away from the booty chest, or should we give it away from the prize box?
The booty chest.
The booty chest? Rob, what's your vote?
I'll be honest, anything that with the word booty in it, I think I have to go that route.
You gotta, all right. All right, mateys. All right, so we have the booty chest. We also like to refer to it as the turnover chest. So we're going to have a question.
Oh, there's pills in there.
You can win Advil.
Advil.
As before, I always have a fucking headache every time I do this show. You can have the silicone pack, which is always good. And I got to bring in James as well for the prize giveaway. What's up, my brother?
What's up, my brother? What's up, my brothers? Happy Father's Day to all.
We have the Father's Day crew, or we can give away the replica giant Super Bowl ring, the Eli Manning replica ring, and we're going to add in with this giveaway the 100th anniversary gold doubloon coin. So fucking cheap that
you're giving away your doubloon.
Shiver me timbers, matey.
James, how many of these do we have?
We went around the carousel a couple times, but they were just giving them out, so you can't do that to a black man.
I probably have about 14 of these.
So basically what you're saying is that you and Tim were like at Sam's Club getting all the free samples, walking around Giant Stadium getting coins.
Yeah.
Well, they were sitting there, the nice people. When you go in, they're giving the giveaways, and when I realized, I was like, oh, it's just a box, and they're just giving them out to people. You already know, fellas. You just do the loop around, turn your hat to the side, come back. Oh, I need some for my 5 kids that I adopted.
Well,
or do we want to give away the Super Bowl program?
That's probably actually a nice gift. That one.
I think the ring is the best.
I have like 9.
Gotta be honest, the ring or that book is
the book. I think the program, that's actually pretty dope.
Oh, wait a minute. We also have autographed hats and jerseys from the draft party. I don't remember. We have the autographed jerseys, shirts also from the draft parties. We have a lot of stuff to give away, but I think we'll give away the replica Super Bowl ring. I think we're going to do that. So everyone in the chat, be prepared. You never lost your stream. Oh, good. Thank God I never lost the stream because I lost.
Yeah, all I saw was the pirate flag when I came in.
I lost everything else. So
I thought maybe it was one of those instances where you ended your stream but forgot to end your stream and you went off and did something.
It's a possibility. I've done that many times.
Yeah.
And as a good parent, I didn't run upstairs and check on anybody.
That's solid. That's solid.
Well, that's why you have a Generac. Power just comes back on. That's what you do. Sometimes when you live, James knows where I live. Sometimes when you live in the middle of fucking nowhere. All right.
You need 2 Generacs.
Yeah, I do. All right, here we go. We are going to give away the ring, and I'm going to throw caution to the wind. Who can help me? Oh God! And I'm going to let one of these 3 contestants. All right. First of all, we should do it this way. First, I got an idea. We're going to do it this way. Who wants to win the ring? If you want to win the ring, you guys aren't eligible.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking come out, leave, and then come back, and then you can win the ring. If you want to win the ring, I am going to ask one of these guys a trivia question a giant trivia question at random. So if you're in the chat and you want to win the ring, if you're on the X and you want to win the ring, just say, I want to play. First person that comes up and says that, I will then pick at random one of these three, and they will have to answer a New York Giants trivia question, and then you could win the replica Super Bowl ring.
Oh, no. So
wait. It's on us to answer the question for the contestant? Is that what you're saying?
More pressure.
Yes.
Oh,
look at that.
Damn it. You guys are screwed.
That ring. The Manning replica ring, and it comes in a box.
You're going to lose me some subscribers.
Emmanuel wants to play. All right, Emmanuel. Here we go. I wish I had like a wheel or something so I could do this. Okay. I'm going with Rob because Rob is looking confident. Rob is looking like he knows giant trivia. And I love it because he's got his hands away. On this show, Online Big Blue, we have talked about this player a million times. And we call him blank 2-yard blank. Former Giant running back who is known as 2-yard blank. I can't give you the first half because that's his name. Here we go.
The 2-yard blank.
We've talked about this guy millions of times. I'll give you a hint. Played in the USFL with the Washington Federals. Look, Ryan's like,
I think I have it.
Ryan, I'm going to go to you next, and then Emmanuel's going to win a consolation prize.
Big Ryan's like, listen, I got guests. I don't do this.
I don't do this shit, man. I go up like the Giants.
Can I ask for one more hint?
Yes.
What year
he played for the Giants?
What year? What's the last year that he played?
I can't tell you what the last year he played. 83.
83.
I'm sorry, 82. 82.
82.
Yes.
Never mind then.
Big Ryan.
Fucking
we stop Googling. He's got his wife on. She just told me on the earphone.
Is it Otis?
No, I don't have any fucking sound effects. Ryan, yeah, just keep having on guests because this is hard work. No, it is Billy 2-Yard Taylor.
I was gonna say Wayne Gallman.
Wayne Gallman would have been good, but he didn't play in 1983. Oh, Emmanuel, we're gonna give you a prize. Emmanuel, send me your address. We're gonna send you a 100th anniversary coin.
Get a doubloon.
You got a doubloon. James Stein wants to play. So here we go. We're going to give this question to Ryan. I'm old, so Ryan, I can't remember anything past like 2011. So we're gonna have to make this question an easy question for. We're gonna make this an easy question for Ryan.
Pressure's gonna get to me.
In 1962. No, I just saw the look on Ryan's face.
At a time when the New York Giants,
when it wasn't even called the Lombardi Trophy. All right, Ryan. We okay. Name me. I'm gonna get. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Name me the last New York Giant quarterback to win a playoff game whose name was not Daniel Jones or Eli Manning.
Oh.
James, do you know this one?
Yes.
Oh, I know this one.
There's an obvious answer, and it's not going to be that answer. I have an answer in mind, but I'm just trying to think.
Okay.
If anyone.
Okay. Okay. Do you want a lifeline?
You got to give them a what do you call them things? The help. Little help.
Do you want to use your lifeline for a call?
There you go. Give them like a lifeline or something.
Yeah, I'll use a lifeline.
Okay. Who do you want to use as your lifeline?
Oh no, I just thought you meant a hint. I don't want to use a lifeline.
No, you don't want to use. He was.
Yeah, just give him like a little hint or something, like a little like.
Can I give him the hint?
Yeah, you can give him the hint. That's good.
I feel like
Rob,
this
give him
number.
the hint.
He wore a single-digit jersey number.
All right, that takes someone I had on mind off. Is it Kerry Collins?
Guys.
Ding, ding, ding! You are correct, my friend.
That was my first guess, and then I was like, wait.
Very, very. James, you win the New York Giants replica Super Bowl ring, and you win the very good. Thank you, Rob. James, what was your answer going to be? Be honest.
No, I was thinking Big Carey, or I don't know why I was thinking Danny Cannell, but he didn't win a playoff game.
Actually, Danny Cannell did win a playoff game, but I was hoping that someone was going to go Danny.
Oh, he did, right? Okay, all right.
Before Kerry Collins.
You know somebody was going to say Kurt Warner.
I was hoping you three knuckleheads. I was hoping someone was going to say that. Let's see. Come on, panel. Let's play. Murder, do you want to play? Because I got one more ring to give away. But James Stein, send me your address. Now, you're overseas, so I can still send shit. I send shit to Dom overseas all the time. So send me an email to tim@onlineBigBlue.com. That's tim@onlineBigBlue.com, and we'll get that ass. We're going to get, let's give Ask Me one try. We're going to ask me. I got one other ring to give away. So we're going to give away one other ring. And this question's going to go to James. And I'm going to let Rob, R0B, I'm going to let you give the question to James Williams. And don't make it a stupid question.
Okay.
Is that okay? You're not going to make it a stupid question? Or okay, you're going to make it a stupid question?
I won't make it a stupid question.
Okay, make it. I have faith in you. That's why.
Okay.
All right, James, are you ready? All right, here we go. For Ask Me, because you got to love Ask Me, the ring, Super Bowl ring, Eli Manning replica ring. It comes in its own individual box.
What was the last year the Giants had 2 1,000-yard receivers?
Damn it.
Receivers. I thought you were
That's actually a good question.
I thought you were going to go running backs. I thought you were going running back.
2 1,000-yard receivers in the same season.
You have to name the receivers. Or is it just you're going to go with just...
Yeah, go with the year and the receivers' names.
Why does the black guy get the double answer question? The year and the receivers? Damn it.
Come on, James.
Give me you got to give me a hint. Everybody got a hint. You got to give me one little hint.
Okay. No, let's see. I think I don't know if that hint would give it away. Okay, they are.
One of them was black.
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. They were both
black.
They were both black. They were both black.
Okay.
Because all our plethora of white receivers.
Okay.
Can I give him a hint?
Sure.
Because he's got to guess the year. One of them was a former first-round draft choice.
Ryan,
Ryan, you're not Googling, are you? Because we're going to go to you next.
No.
Put your hands up.
Damn.
Put your hands up.
Come on. This was an easy one.
Is it easy? Ask me. You're my Canadian brother. I'm going to get this wrong because there's not just coffee in this cup. So, all right. 2 1,000-yard receivers. I'm going to go with.
Now, let's think about this for a second. How many times do you think the Giants had 1,000 yards receivers? I mean, how many times do you think about it? It's 2 in one season.
We haven't had that many.
We've had one.
So I'm thinking.
One. Well, no, 2. We've had 2. We had 2.
We had. Oh, I was about to give the year.
we had 2 years where we had it. It was the same 2 people, but they had it twice.
All right.
I don't remember it once.
Then I have no idea. I
don't remember.
I'm gonna just go with this so I don't waste time here. I'm gonna go with Hakeem Nicks and Victor Cruz.
All right.
You are correct, sir.
You are correct.
What year?
And hold on, James. I gotta cough a minute. And there was a quarterback that wore 11. Sorry. And it's the last part of the year.
2011. I was thinking way too hard on that. That was a good question, Rob. That was a good question.
What was the other year?
Didn't the year that we had Martellus Bennett, didn't they both go for 1,000 that year too?
No, Martellus, no. The
Black Unicorn?
Black Unicorn. It was 2011 was the only year that we had.
I know we won the Super Bowl that year, but I thought that they both went for 1,000 the one year that we had Martellus Bennett, the tight end.
No, I don't think.
We didn't make the.
I don't believe Victor Cruz was on the team when Martellus Bennett was on the team.
Yeah, he was because we had that game against the Bucks.
Well,
where him and Hakeem Nicks went.
The year after we won this. Okay.
I think it was 2012.
The only
2012, yeah.
Receiver in 2012 for the Giants was Victor Cruz at 1,092 yards.
I was thinking Cruz, but I didn't know who else.
Then maybe Nicks got hurt that year then. And
because now they're the only. I just looked it up right now under StatMuse. The only season that the Giants had a 2,000-yard receivers was 2011. Victor Cruz 1,536. Hakeem Nicks 1,192.
I stand corrected.
You are corrected, but I don't know. You got the Super Bowl replica ring. Email me at tim@onlineBigBlue.com, tim@onlineBigBlue.com with your address. As bad as I thought. that came even. They were all James. They were all. All you gotta do was look at the fucking chat, James. They were all giving the answers.
Well, I wasn't looking at the chat. I didn't want to cheat.
James, hold on. I'm gonna put it on the screen here, guys. I'm gonna put this on. Let's see. Oh, Amon Green is an O-show. What a fucking dickhead.
Yeah. Just to remind people.
Amon Green is a dickhead.
Oh my God.
I still can't get believed to fire me. But I'm trying my hardest. But there you go, guys. If you want a ring, please go to tim@onlineBigBlue.com. Make sure you send me your full email address as well. Congratulations for everyone. Happy Father's Day for everyone. We may give away. I got some stuff.
This guy's digging in the crates.
Ooh, look, I don't even know who these autographs are, but I got autographs of people I don't even know who the fuck they are.
I got a question.
We actually have the prize pack from an event from the Giants.
Maybe for no prize.
No prize.
Right?
No, Rob,
Thank you. Just a trivia question. We had a Giant.
Oh, it's been so long. All right. Well, he bored me already. We had a Giant. Of course, we had a fucking Giant. But go ahead.
There was a player for the Giants that played running back, kicker, and cornerback for us at one point in time. What was the name of that player?
Running back, kicker, and corner?
In the same season or the same game?
Wow.
Like just collectively in his career with us.
Oh, in his career, but not in the same season.
Mm-hmm. This is an old school. This is an old guy.
Pat Summerall.
Nope.
I know Pat Summerall played for his entire career.
Cornerback, running back, and kicker?
Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe played running back. He wore number 2, played running back. He also played kicker, and he also played some corner as well.
Okay, well, considering that none of us are that old.
I would say Jim Thorpe.
Jim Thorpe died in 1953. And he did play for the Giants. I remember he played for the Giants in the mid-20s. I think he played in.
He's a leatherhead guy, or no leatherhead actually.
No, he was a leatherhead. He played 25, I think, for the Giants. But he only played one season.
That's what I was going to say, because there's a town not too far from you, brother, that is like a homage to Jim Thorpe. I think that's where he's from, or he grew up, because Rachel and I actually Googled that.
Yes,
and I did like this.
The town is actually called, wait for it, dramatic pause, I swore, Jim Thorpe.
Right. Okay. I didn't want to be too on the nose with that, but I didn't even realize he played for us for even one season.
We don't live near Jim Thorpe.
Played
Jim
running
Thorpe is in the
back.
middle of nowhere. We don't live in Jim Thorpe.
Played running back. I think he kicked, and then he played corner for defense.
Wow.
And Ryan's sitting here going, "Where the fuck is Jim Thorpe?"
Yeah.
Jim Thorpe was actually considered, Ryan, one of the greatest athletes in basically ever. He played
American
baseball,
history.
He played professional baseball. He played professional basketball. He played football. He was an Olympian.
He was like Bo Jackson before Bo Jackson.
Yeah, and this was back in the day where because of the division in regards to race, that you didn't really people like Jim Thorpe, who was a Native American, didn't really ever get a chance to play. But his talent in the Olympics was so transcending that he was able to actually play in 3 different professional sports: baseball, basketball, and football. Good to know. Jim Thorpe. Rob, R0B, dating us all. All right, listen, we have the power panel here today, guys. And I want to wish everyone again, like I said, I hope everyone's having themselves a wonderful Father's Day. Oops, I just took everyone out because I was just tired of everybody and I couldn't remember how to do that. But we were here to talk Giants, guys. We're here to talk about the Big Blue. We're here to talk about mandatory minicamp starts in a couple days. I'm going to start on the top there with Ryan. What are you looking for, or what do you want? That mandatory minicamp is you have to be there. This is it. You're a veteran. There's no excuses unless you have an excuse, but there's no excuses. You have to be at mandatory minicamp. Is there anything that you want to see over mandatory minicamp now that you didn't get to see during this version of the OTAs? This isn't a trivia question.
Yeah, I know. More of Daniel Bellinger. I just want to, see more of what they're doing with him and how he's doing, because I haven't heard about him at all.
Is Daniel Bellinger still even on the team?
We got to use him better this year. I mean, the guy, he had a good rookie
As of
season.
right now, yeah.
As of right, I was joking. Of course, Daniel Bellinger's still on the team. How about the tight end room, guys? I've always said that I think that one of the weaknesses right now for this Giant team, and has been a weakness over the last couple of years, is the lack of depth at tight end or a tight end. Darren Waller came out on a podcast the other day and said, "I basically quit after game 6." He said, I was playing and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this.
He didn't like being a fullback, he said.
I even said I think Darren Waller quit in preseason. I don't think he took to game 6 to quit. But we have not had a quality tight end since Caden Smith.
Is it that, or they also don't know how to use the tight end?
Jesus Christ, Caden Smith. Oh my God.
The Caden Smith, the Stanford Flash,
the Chase Young Bowl, Caden Smith.
Yes. How did that work out for the Giants at the end of the year with that
shit?
draft?
It did. Like shit.
Well, we didn't get Chase Young. Who did we get?
Andrew Thomas.
There we go.
We did get Andrew Thomas.
We got Andrew Thomas.
Daniel Jones threw 5 touchdowns in that game.
All right. That's what I wanted to avoid. Can we not?
You want to avoid answering questions? But honestly, when is the last Rob, you have a question in the corner?
No, on a side note though, isn't it hilarious? I don't know if you guys are getting the feeds from Indianapolis Colts like on Twitter and stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
But they're seeing the highlights of Danny Waney, Shanny Panani, and they're like, look at the accuracy, the arm talent. Yeah. Go suck on a fucking egg, Colts fans. Enjoy that shit.
He's playing the All Cones team. So of course,
I am so happy I don't have to deal with Jordan Renan, Art Stapleton, all of these Patricia Traina posted when he had his interview. Hey, yeah, I'm just happy to be here to compete with Anthony and Russell Wilson knows English. He knows how to speak. He knows how to articulate himself. I
saw a Giants fan account talking a lot about Jones still. They like to bring him up still. It's I'm not gonna name any names, but
New York Giants crush.
No. Well, yeah. actually. But
Listen, that would have been a very good guess.
No,
That
it
would
wasn't
have
a
been
good guess
guess.
because I actually had to remind you how terrible Daniel Jones was because it was going to be.
Stupid giant Twitter post.
This one goes out to New York Giants crush for still crushing on that quarterback.
And Gridiron Media. I'll just drop it there.
Who was
Gridiron Media.
Gridiron Media is.
I don't know who Gridiron Media is.
I do. It's
horrible.
Daniel Jones fanboy page.
Listen, I got a bet that I made a year ago with my a buddy of mine that it's like basically for a stake about because remember we heard all this thing about how what's that, Big Ryan? That's the post?
Yeah, he said Danny looking impressive at OTAs. It's a Giants fan account.
Well, the thing also, let me say real quick before I describe the bet is if you don't have anything on your plate and somebody drops a pea on your plate, you're gonna think that's the greatest pea ever. I'm gonna slice this pea up and I'm gonna be full of it. Their their top 5 draft pick in Anthony Richardson so far hasn't panned out. The guy's hurt again, so of course they're gonna turn to Daniel Jones as the savior, and prop him up. The thing I don't understand, like you and Big Rob are saying, Ryan, is how our fan base, we've watched him for 6 years. 6 years. And there's this weird narrative that once he goes to another team, he's going to be good. So that's what my bet's about, that he's on another team. He's probably going to play a couple games, and we're finally going to see what he looks like outside of the Giants uniform.
All right, I am looking up Gridiron Media right now because this is what I do. I don't see anything. I mean, they have.
I don't see anything.
I guess they're bigger on. Is it a podcast, Rob?
No,
no.
It's a Twitter account.
It's a Twitter account. Okay, because I couldn't find it on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I unfollowed them a long time ago.
Well, they don't have.
That's even worse. That means they could be AI. They may not even be real people.
I've seen them for years now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they have 10,000 followers.
Yeah, I'm not going to pee on. That's a good PSA. Ask me who won the ring. I'm not going to pee on any plates right now. I don't know. Should we give away another ring? I don't think we got. No, I'm not going to give. I'm going to wait for that because that's gimmicky. I'm going to be like Ryan. I'm emailing the Giants right now, but why is everything I email to them saying unable to reach server?
That happened to me a few times.
Well, no, it's because they blocked me, motherfuckers. But I want to talk about the tight end. Everyone's getting off fucking track here. The Giant. I mean, you look at the Giant tight end room right now, and to Ryan's point, Dane Bellinger. Dane Bellinger's going into year 3-4 now, and he really has shown nothing. Besides bulking up, he's shown nothing. Theo Johnson, most true Penn State fans will tell you, again, another guy, $1 million arm, but a 2-cent head, and it has a propensity of not showing up. And then we take the kid in the 7th round who evidently can't block, but's got great inline straight speed. Why did we not? Linebacker and tight end this last couple of years, we're just not addressing.
It's crazy.
Okay, all right. Well, you guys are doing good here. I'm going to go to the chat because you guys fucking suck. Big Blue says, I just feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my back since he is gone. Rob is just like,
sorry.
I mean,
Rob,
but
why do I come on this?
But the linebacker, we haven't addressed linebacker for like a decade. So it's like a running non-running joke where we used to have the best linebacker core in the whole league in the 80s. And then for the last 20 years, we've just been doing pluck and plant and not really going after a certified, legit linebacker to control. Like, even when we won our Super Bowls, what did? We took Pierce from the Redskins, then we grabbed Michael Boley. It's always been a plug and play. We've never drafted a guy, much like black quarterback, a legit linebacker to come control the middle of the field. And that's why we always get burned by tight ends on the opposite end, going down the seam on us on defense. We don't have a linebacker to cover him.
But wouldn't it make sense for the Giants. Hold on. First of all, Ryan, you were yawning. So if we were fucking keeping you up, let us know. You don't yawn on this show. First of all, wouldn't it be nice to have a tight end to stretch the field for the Giants? Because there's a guy wearing Tom Flaherty's number one over on the side. That would be nice to see, potentially moving the safety away from, pulling the safety off Neighbors and maybe moving him into the middle of the field. Maybe having the potential to open up the middle of the field. I don't know, for Cam Scattaboo or Tyrone Tracy.
You mean open up the field for the running game? Oh my God, we could do that.
We were going to ask Amon Green about it, but he was kind of a dick. But it could have been, just out of curiosity. Wouldn't it just make sense to maybe utilize a weapon that, to Ryan's point, we haven't seen really being used in years?
It would make sense, but we don't make sense there. So I don't know. Like you said, those two positions have been neglected, like like the foster kids of the team. Like we just don't care about those two positions. It's very weird. Weird.
I'll say it because you didn't want to be racist, like a redheaded stepchild.
I love redheads. Stop that.
No,
I don't know. I think so talk about the tight end position. I think I really don't feel like we've really ever really integrated. The only year that I can really remember us really utilizing the tight ends is like early in Jeremy Shockey's career, but he was undoubtedly like the type of player that Jeremy Shockey was. And like he was like what Malik Neighbors is like right now. Like that's the type of player that he was. Like, yeah, you had Toomer and you had Ike Hilliard and stuff like that, but he was a main generator. And then obviously you had Plexico Burris, but he started his career with Pittsburgh. But when we won those Super Bowls, like you didn't really have like Kevin Boss. He was like a Daniel Bellinger type of player. Like he made plays, but he wasn't this big time guy. Jake Ballard was the same thing. The only two tight ends that really stand out to me that we've had is from a talent perspective is Shockey, Martellus Bennett, who was a very talented player that we picked up in free agency, Evan Ingram. That's really about it. I think that Theo Johnson has.
You forgot Kevin Boss.
No, you mentioned Kevin Boss. You mentioned Kevin Boss.
I heard Ballard. I didn't hear Boss.
I said Boss. Like to me, Boss is like a Bellinger type of player. Like he's really good, can block, can make the plays, but he's not a guy that you're going to give like he's not going to get Travis Kelce type looks. He's not going to get Dallas Goedert type of looks or Jake Ferguson type looks, like and stuff like that. Like that, you're not going to feed him that. I think that Theo Johnson.
But how many people like Kelce and them are in the league?
Oh, not a lot. I mean, not a lot. Now I think
forget Kevin Boss for a 2-year span had over 500 yards a season and 5 touchdowns respectively. For the Giants, averaging 13.5 and 15.2 yards for the Giants before he went off and signed that terrible large deal with Oakland.
Yeah, I think Theo Johnson has traits that can relate to him being successful. It's really about whether he gets the opportunities and he himself needs to put it together. If you can't get him going with Russell Wilson, which I think potentially could get him going, and you can't make it happen or you can't make it work with Russ, and even with Dart, like so when Dart was at Ole Miss, Wells, Trey Harris, and the tight end that they had there, I can't remember his name, but he got drafted too this year. It was a later rounds. Dart used a tight end. Dart was able to get the tight end involved, spread the ball around. So if you can't get going with Russ and you can't get going with Dart, then at that point you're gonna, then you need a standout player there. But at the end of the day, you've got a lot of other guys. You got Scattaboo that can catch passes out of the backfield. Tracy, that was a former wide receiver that can catch passes out of the backfield. You've got Neighbors. Darius Slayton is a solid wide receiver. You're going to want to try to get Wan'Dale Robinson. They clearly, from Russell Wilson and all this other stuff, they want to get Jalen Hyatt involved. So there's only so many balls, that you can go ahead and, that you can dish out, right? And there's only so many things that you can do. I also think the lack of productivity from the tight end position, I don't mean to be long-winded, has to also do with the lack of the offensive line production.
Well, you don't want to be long-winded. You know you're being long-winded. Wrap it up, Rob.
Sorry, damn it.
Wrap
But
it up.
the lack of the offensive line production as well, having to keep the tight ends in to block to aid and try to protect your quarterback, I don't think that's helped either. So hopefully whatever starting five they put out there is able to get the job done themselves. I'm not saying you're never going to have a tight end blocking, but hopefully that starting five can get the job done, and you don't need to keep a tight end in consistently to try to help aid for pass blocking sets or whatever the case may be, just like run blocking sets.
Is that what is Laveau, the air purifier in the back? That one, yeah.
Yeah, it's an air purifier.
Yeah, we have the same one in one of our rooms.
Thank you. Oh,
for those that just joined us, this is now Father's Day 2026, and Rob has finally wrapped up his answer. And I forgot what we were talking about there for a minute. Oh, we're talking about Giants football. I forgot where I was. How 107 people are still watching this crap? I got no fucking clue. Ryan. I can't. Now listen, we all know I cannot go over 2 hours.
That's what she said.
Because of the fact then I can't cut up shorts for free using the AI of StreamYard. So I have to make sure we wrap up so I'm under 2 hours directly, because then that just screws up me having content. So Ryan, I'm going to start with you on the corner. We're going to do our farewells a little early because of the fact that I do have to wrap up, and it is Father's Day, and you probably want to spend time with your father and your turtle and everything else. I forgot which pet you had. I forget already. What besides the fact that Ryan and I will be on a new podcast?
That's what I was going to mention.
I'm going to let you mention it. Go ahead.
No, you mention it.
No, you mention it.
You got it.
Ryan.
All right, well.
Oh, what are you two motherfuckers just mentioned the podcast? Jesus Christ.
Shut the fuck up and mention it already.
Should we, fully reveal it or not? Not yet.
All
right, we're good.
We should give everyone our idea before it launches on Believe, because Believe will be real happy about that.
All right, well, it's gonna be a new podcast with me and Tim on it. And tune in.
Wow. Okay. Do we see who's going to be carrying this podcast now? Very good, Ryan. Very good. No, but do you have any final thoughts about the Giants?
Don't be as bad as last year. I think that the team is in the right. It's going in the right
That's
direction.
Pretty good fucking advice.
You know what? I think we should just end the stream on that.
Hey guys, have a good day.
That is
better.
Ryan,
better than next year.
I'm making fun of you, man. That is literally a mic drop.
It is.
Don't be as bad as that's it. Just don't be as bad as next year. I'm out.
And we're going in the right direction. I like what I like where we're going. Just don't be as bad as last year. That's really all I got to say right now, because there's not much going on.
All right, now promote your podcast.
Ryan's Big Blue Podcast, YouTube and Spotify. 150 subscribers now, and
most of them showed up when I went on this show.
Multiple episodes a week, and that's obviously
you are a good-looking motherfucker, Tim.
I know
they'll be running.
That's the problem. Who are there going to be any? You want to mention the two guests you've already had on?
John Schmelk came on to talk about OTAs a few days ago, I think Friday, and then Sean Marash of WFN. I know a lot of people not the biggest fan, and not the biggest fan of Sean Marash, but he came on early last week. But I'm gonna keep posting multiple episodes a week and dial back on the guest a little bit, like you said, until
make it about you.
Until the season preview. We're doing a season preview together.
So, Ryan, I got to ask you, and anybody knows wrestling will understand this joking reference. What was it like talking to White Rikishi? What was that like?
I don't know wrestling, so I didn't get it. But
so the top road.
Ryan, James knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about.
It was interesting.
That was good.
Do you have any guests? Do you have any guests? I love this one though. Great goal. Don't be as bad as last.
Great goal. I love it.
I literally think we should just end the show on that, because I think that's going to be the title of the new podcast.
How do you top that?
Listen, sometimes life is simpler than we make it out to be. Just don't be as bad as last year.
Listen, just
literally
do
thinking
follow Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
There you go.
There's not much going on, so the key is just don't be as bad as last year.
That don't hey, listen. Don't try to defend yourself because you literally have. I'm stealing that. That's gonna be the name of my new podcast.
Listen,
don't be as bad as last year.
You had a CM Punk mic bomb. You know.
Yeah, that's it. You just
Yeah,
dropped it.
when you drop the mic, Ryan, you don't walk back on stage.
That's right.
It's over.
The encore is over. Like when they booed me on Broadway with the Giants, I didn't run back up to the mic.
No, they wouldn't have let him anyway.
I didn't even get near it. But Ryan, I appreciate you coming on as always, bro. I will talk to you within because I think the podcast cover is supposed to be done today. I will send that over to you, and we'll chat about that later. Make sure everyone goes out and follows Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. I'm gonna drop you off here, my brother, and I will talk to you later. All right, R0B, you're out of the bullpen into the game. That's the second out we need here, and we're a Mets fan, so we saw what happened the last two games. What
Come on, White Soto. I had to do it.
James, I gotta wrap this shit up. I got less than 2 minutes.
No, oh man. Well,
first of all, we haven't seen you in a while, so welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're always welcome on. So just make sure you know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, take a little hiatus. You know, it just I was doing a lot of shit leading up to the draft, and I got burnt out. So, but we're gonna try to get back into it. You guys can follow me, real _R0B on Twitter. Or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, R0B on YouTube, and then you can follow me on TikTok as well, R0B. Look, I'm really just looking forward to the season. I don't have to root for losses. You know, I think that we've improved. I think we've got better. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, Dark doesn't have to play, because if he does, it means we're just absolutely terrible. But I'm not going to be disappointed if we have to see him play. But I'm hoping I will take the line from my good friend, may he rest in peace, PTA, a line that he used in 2022. This season for me is free. I understand we've got a head coach and a GM that are kind of on the hot seat, so to speak, more the coach than probably the GM. But I'm looking at it as a free season. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. I'm just looking to have a lot of fun, but I'm definitely going to get back into creating some content. I've been very lackadaisical with that. I want to try to have people on and go live. I want to have Tim on. James, you're more than welcome to come on. I want to have people on, try to go live and get back into it, because it's the time to be excited for Giants football. It's time to be excited. We got Abdul Carter. We got Scattaboo that's wearing number 44. Hopefully he's going to truck some motherfuckers, and I'm excited for it. So let's go, baby.
All right, Rob, I appreciate it, my friend. And we're going to drop you off because I'm going to give one last shout to James. That's R0B. Make sure you go follow him everywhere he just mentioned. And James, you know what I miss? Where is Slider? Because I was ready for Slider today. All day today, I was ready. Hold on. I got to make sure I have it. I was ready for Slider. Call the ball. I was ready.
Oh, that's nice. Nice.
I was ready for Slider, and he didn't even show up.
That's actually nice. You got to keep that. It's nice.
So wait till I get to home. Figure out how to make it. All right, James, you got 1 second.
All right, yeah, real quick. I'm gonna follow Big Ryan. Let's not be as bad as last year. Happy Father's Day to my brother, all the fathers out there. My father, my grandfather turned 93 a week ago. Love you very much. Everybody enjoy your day, and don't be as bad as last year.
Don't be as bad as last year. The Jolly Roger's flying. I want to thank everyone. And you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I really got to cut this out here because I do have to get out here as well. Happy Father's Day to everyone over there in Giants Nation. I'm going to post some things about some appearances I'm going to be making the next 2 weeks. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Yes, and the hair is perfect. And that's it. We're out.